It is truly my pleasure to inaugurate the 6th Mediterranean Tourism Forum this year, a forum which every year brings together diverse stakeholders from within the tourism industry and from all over the Mediterranean region, but now even beyond. I'm so proud to see that since the Mediterranean Tourism Foundation was established in 2013, its initiatives and projects are making a tangible and positive contribution throughout the region. I'm also very proud that Malta is at the heart of such important endeavors to promote strategies for tourism that are prioritizing sustainability. As an island nation in the center of the Mediterranean Sea, Malta is very well acquainted with the importance of pursuing sustainable approaches in a world that is undergoing rapid and far-reaching changes. I will share some reflections about why it is so essential for us to work together as one Mediterranean family of nations to address environmental concerns and the importance of climate justice. However, let me first mention an even more fundamental contribution which the tourism industry can and does make to our world. I truly believe that the tourism industry is an influential contributor to create and sustain global peace. Tourism provides an ideal platform from which political and commercial initiatives can be strengthened amongst diverse stakeholders with a common interest in the Mediterranean region. By attracting visitors to the Mediterranean throughout the year, all of our countries are attracting people to experience the Mediterranean way of life, while in the process, people are being empowered to connect and befriend one another. Through our tourism endeavors, we are being actively engaged, many a time unconsciously, in the peace-building potential that the tourism industry has. For this reason, it is reassuring to note that the Mediterranean is also increasing in its popularity among global consumers. According to indicators from the latest European Travel Commission's report of tourism trends published last year, Mediterranean destinations benefited from double-digit increases in visitors. Malta itself registered over 19% increase, thanks to the efforts of my government and the Maltese private sector to promote year-round growth across the tourism and hospitality industry. This same report is also clearly indicating that there will be a stronger demand for Mediterranean destinations among global travelers in the future. Bearing these factors in mind, I believe it is also important for the industry to be proactive in maintaining this demand. Therefore, let me draw your attention to the tourism trends being projected by Forbes for 2019. One aspect of the industry that will see exponential increase is the sector of wellness and well-being tourism. The Global Wellness Institute projects that this subsector will grow twice as fast as other areas of tourism to reach over $919 billion in 2022. A focus on fitness, mental and emotional health, healing, and positive lifestyle choices will continue to become more important as consumers prioritize these factors in their holiday experience. Through the work of my presidency, we have done a lot to promote the concept of well-being here in Malta and even abroad. From studies conducted by my foundation for the well-being of society, it is clear that well-being is built upon healthy and stable relationships. As we also know, holistic well-being is intimately connected with the resilience of our communities, our countries, and our ecosystems. Let me therefore share some reflections about the need for the tourism industry to continue working to become even more environmentally sustainable and respectful. The pioneers of today's sector are those individuals and companies which are setting the agenda for a greener future. Therefore, the focus of this year's forum on the importance of sustainability and renewal strategies is particularly important. I urge industry stakeholders to be forward-thinking, building on the successes of yesterday in order to face the challenges of today and tomorrow. The tourism industry must transform these challenges into exciting opportunities for further growth, for innovation, and for continuous development. This forum provides the ideal platform from which to share good practices, to learn from one another's projects and initiatives, and to strengthen old and new partnerships to achieve these goals. As Special Ambassador of the United Nations World Tourism Organization, promoting sustainable tourism has been one of my key priorities. I firmly believe that tourism has a crucial role to play in achieving a more sustainable, peaceful, and prosperous future for our communities and our respective countries. Sustainable tourism maximizes the positive contribution of tourism to biodiversity conservation, and thus to reduce poverty in line with the mandate of the United Nations Agenda 2030 and its Sustainable Development Goals. These goals, which all of our countries are committed to achieving in the near future, are a roadmap for the tourism industry to take its efforts to a new level of effectiveness. Sustainable tourism also provides crucial economic incentives for the protection of our ecosystems. When our authorities are motivated to work alongside the private sector to invest in the conservation of national natural heritage. Furthermore, there is the opportunity to invest in capacity building, to assist local communities to become empowered protectors of their own environmental heritage. Sustainable tourism can be a game changer to give essential visibility to the importance of conservation and sustainability by nurturing a transformation in mentalities and attitudes among the many millions of visitors who come to the Mediterranean every year. I am confident that we can make the Mediterranean region a role model for the kind of respectful and environmentally conscious tourism that we hope to achieve. I believe that sustainability is an ethos that must underpin all tourism activities, with an integral role to play in every aspect of tourism development and management. Moreover, sustainable tourism in our Mediterranean will make the industry as a whole more resilient by producing net benefits for the social, economic, environmental, and cultural sectors of our countries. Dear friends, I hope that you will keep this long-term vision foremost in your minds throughout this forum and beyond. We all know that environmental consciousness among consumers is rising. The Green Economy Report, published by the UN Environment Programme and UNWTO, emphasizes that transforming the tourism and travel sector into a more green industry will require a paradigm shift. It means embracing less carbon-intensive transport, better energy management, and a conscious choice to think green in the years ahead. One example of how this is being achieved in practical terms is through a pioneering project that I have been proud to support to develop energy efficiency in San Anton Palace. This palace is a perfect example of Maltese historical architecture. Thanks to the research of architect Ember Wismaya, we have developed a strategy to increase the energy efficiency of the palace while also optimizing the well-being of its occupant. This research can be expanded to other examples of built heritage in Malta and other Mediterranean countries. It is this perspective, which links tradition with innovation, that must be our guide for the future. Investment in greener and more sustainable tourism can in itself also be a means of creating jobs while improving the environment for local populations. Taken within the context of increasing tourism flows, this investment can lead to significant resource conservation by improving the efficiency of the sector as a whole. Naturally, any effort towards a more sustainable tourism industry needs the active involvement and cooperation of the business communities in our countries. This is why the Mediterranean Tourism Foundation developed a groundbreaking app in partnership with the Maltese government that measures energy efficiency in the hospitality industry. This app will be addressing the high cost of energy expenditure in the hospitality industry, and most importantly, it will contribute towards the reduction of CO2 emissions. These examples provide clear evidence of the effectiveness that can be achieved when the tourism sector and our authorities work together. Such synergies will definitely lead to significant benefits in both the national and international economy, while also addressing the effects of climate change. Diversifying tourism will be another essential strategy for regional resilience. This fact was highlighted in a report financed by the Foundation for Science and Technology last year, entitled Diversifying Mediterranean Tourism. The report states that Mediterranean destinations, which solely rely on sun and beach tourism, are in an increasingly precarious situations. Challenges related to an aging population and climate change will also have long-term consequences on the development of Mediterranean tourism. In this context, changing demographics and environmental degradation are set to have a disruptive impact throughout these touristic regions. A strategy to enhance regional resilience is necessary to smoothly transition from mainstream touristic activities to alternative and more sustainable tourism opportunities, such as environmental and cultural initiatives. This is in fact what the Jamaican government is already doing. There's the Minister, I think, for Tourism of Jamaica, who is pioneering such a center. Therefore, I propose that we work together as a Mediterranean region and a united industry to explore the possibilities of such regional strategies for resilience and innovation. Our authorities, our private sector stakeholders, and our civil society activists should all have an investment in such strategies for resilience and the empowerment of our communities. Malta's diversified tourism portfolio, which maximizes the historical, cultural, and natural resources of our islands, is an example of how our authorities and private sector stakeholders have embraced these new opportunities for expansion. As the tourism sector changes, it is vital that stakeholders proactively collaborate to build this important global industry into a source of positive benefits for our entire region. This is because at the end of the day, we are all members of one Mediterranean family of nations. I believe that we are natural collaborators and never competitors. We share a common vision, and we understand that when the tourism industry in our region is unable to grow, then we all stand to benefit. On concluding, let me propose a few questions to stimulate thought during your deliberations today. I would like us to consider: how can the tourism industry do more to reconcile new technologies with the importance of person-to-person contacts and real-time access to the cultural and natural heritage of our countries? How can the industry protect the environment and reduce climate change, while also empowering our communities to prosper and thrive? How can the industry facilitate travel and make it easier for visitors to enjoy their experience without compromising the security of our borders? How can the tourism and travel industry be a champion of social justice by ensuring that vulnerable communities are not forgotten or left behind? These are complex questions which demand a united response. We are a region of immense heritage, and yet our focus must always be on the world of tomorrow, working together to face tomorrow's challenges. We all know that tourism and travel are a gateway for economic growth and long-term prosperity. Moreover, it is through the personal connections which come with travel that people can really begin to know and understand each other. These are the precious relationships which form the strongest foundations for us to continue building the tourism industry and promoting travel and tourism as a path for holistic well-being, positive peace, inclusive prosperity, and global sustainability. I augur you a successful meetings, and also very constructive discussions. Thank you.